Thank you. My name is Kate Abiro. I am an anti-GBV champion and also a sexual and reproductive health rights activist. This is where we champion for girls, better education, and also issues gender-based violence. Yes.
So what really inspired you kuingia huko kwa mambo na kuprotect girl child? Is there maybe a story that you found? Maybe you can tell us all that.
This journey started way back in 2020, late 2020. And we all know that 2020 was a year when we had Corona. So where I stay in Utange, we had so many cases of teenage pregnancies. So I asked myself, as a woman, as a lady, what can I do to help the situation? So we came together, a group of 10 women. Then we started a group where we were supporting young girls with sanitary towels, because we realized that that was the biggest challenge. Remember, a lot of the parents had lost their jobs, they were at home, so their livelihoods were interfered with during Corona. So the girls were at home, and these girls, we realized that they were having like relationships with the boda guys in exchange for pads. So these boda guys could actually sexually assault them, because I can't call that love, that is sexual abuse. These boda guys could actually abuse them sexually in exchange for pads, and in the process a lot of girls became mothers at a very tender age. So that really inspired me. And also in 2021, now when schools were reopened and our girls were back in school, that is when I started the Weka Dada Shule initiative. Yes.
So Weka Dada is all about now bringing all the sanitary pads, talking to the girls in school. So far, how many girls have you now inspired, and Ama have you helped in Utange maybe?
I have helped a lot of girls, not only in Utange, even beyond Utange, because I remember there is a case of a young girl who became a mother at a very young age. Then the mother came to me crying. The mother wanted me to help her abort the baby. Then I told her, abortion is a crime unless the health of the mother is in danger. So I told her, nothing is lost. Just allow this girl have her baby, and then she will go back to school. So the girl had the baby and she went back to school. She's now doing her degree in education.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
The girl is now doing her degree in education. There is also a boy, because though I deal with girls, but also our boys are not left behind, because boys or men are part of our society. We cannot do without them. Even if we say, oh, nini, but they are part of us. We cannot do without them. So there's a story, there's a certain boy who was also in drugs. He was abusing drugs. This boy was in grade 7. Was abusing drugs, and he didn't want to go to school. And as we all know, Kisauni, we have juvenile gangs. So I saw a possibility of this young boy joining the juvenile gangs. With the help of the parents, we were able, you see, some of these young people who are into drugs and substance abuse, some get into these drugs out of peer pressure. Some get into these drugs because they want attention. They want someone to listen to them. So through counseling, this boy was able to go back to school, and now I think he's waiting for, he's either waiting to join college. Yes, he's waiting to join college. But we were able with the help of the parents and also with the chief, because at times now you must bring in the local government and also the police, kiboko kidogo pale na pale. Na sasa Mungu akimjalia in September he will join college.
Nice.
Yes.
Now when you walk into these schools, how many schools so far have you gone to? Maybe you can start with there.
I go to public schools, and because I did not have their permission to mention the names here, so I will not mention the names. The number, I've gone to 5 public schools within Bamburi.
Oh.
Yes.
So is it that it is public high school or even primary school?
I've only gone to one high school, but I go to primary schools, and we all know that even primary schools now we have the JS. Yes.
So when you walk into these schools, what are the most frequent questions do these girls normally ask? Maybe the misconceptions about sex education, about everything about that. The
question that they ask revolves around sex, right? Like one asked me, nikitaka nikuwe na hips kubwa, ni have sex. I understand when a girl have sex, then anakuwa na hips kubwa. Then now I have to explain to this young girl, no, our bodies are controlled by hormones, okay? That is, and our bodies produce hormones at different times. So you don't have to have sex for you to have big hips. And one thing that I realized is that they need sex education. Yes, they need sex education, because some of them do not even know how to take care of themselves when they are in their menses. You tell someone that, you see, you're supposed to change your pad. Then she says, no, but mine nashinda nayo mpaka jioni. Unajua?
Goodness.
So a lot needs to be done, because also mambo na menstrual hygiene, they need to understand this. And in most cases, we assume that our girls know. With this digital age, they learn from what they see online. And some of these things that are online are just for content. Yes? They're just for content. So they go for online lessons, not knowing that some of these online lessons are just for content. So we need to like step in and help our girls get the right information, so that they don't go out there, get wrong information, especially online, then they try to now apply them in their daily lives.
Now, how about the teachers? Are teachers doing really that specific job in sex education and making these girls know the do's and don'ts? Because you can go into that school, talk to the learners. At the end of the day, the teacher is supposed to impact and make force to whatever you talk. Are the teachers really doing that?
The teachers are trying. The teachers are trying.
Because for me, penye tumesoma, we all know, walimu hufinika mambo na sex education. You'll be told to, oh no, sex after marriage, sex before marriage is bad. Inabaki hapo. But you're not told, now you can do sex, yes, but you can use protection, you can go test. Now, are teachers really doing that?
I can say that teachers are trying their best, they are doing their best, but again, you see, culture plays a very big role when it comes to discussions around sex. So culture plays a very big role, because you see, again, these teachers must protect their jobs, if I have to say so. Because mtoto akifundishwa mambo na sex, maybe anaweza enda nyumbani, teacher alitufundisha hivi, teacher alitufundisha hivi. But again, even if teachers talk about this, the issue around sex or sex education, the parents, because these children at the end of the day, they go back home to their parents, they go back home. So even if the teacher talks about sex, or the teacher talks about sex education, and the parents do not talk about the same, then tutazunguka tu hapa na hapa, because mtoto at the end of the day anarudi
nyumbani
kwa mzazi. Then at times some of the discussions that we have with our children, you find that some parents discuss teachers in a negative way. Mtoto akienda mwalimu atazungumza tu, then akirudi nyumbani mama atamwambia achana na huyo, kwani sisi enzi zetu tulikuwa tunafanyaje? Unaona? So culture and also parenting. But teachers, I can say that they are doing their best. They're trying their best. Yeah.
So tukiingia ukiwa now into that primary school maybe, so ukikalisha girl child umekalisha boy child, right?
Yes.
In the same waongee waulize maswali wakiwa wako hapa, huyu ni girl child na huyu ni boy child, right? That is what you do, ama you do separate them?
There are some topics that are sensitive, that if you put the boys and the girls together, the girls might not talk. Okay? Yeah. Because you see, something that we always assume, or something that we try to keep under the carpet, is that these children don't have sex. They have sex. They're sexually active, and they have boyfriends. For those who are in JS, they have boyfriends, and they're having sex. So imagine you are discussing issues around sex, and maybe huyu akona pengine crush wake hapo atashy off, hataongea. Maybe there's a girl who is going through something, and you put them together with the boys. These girls might not find it comfortable to talk.
Yeah.
So there are topics that I discuss with girls alone, so that we can have the girl talk. Then there are those topics like drugs and substance abuse. Now I put all the girls and the boys together.
Remember, there is that one question that I had asked you. If you had the power to change one thing to make school safer, easier and better for every girl child in our community, what would it be? Sasa nilikuwa nimeuliza because ilikuwa rhetorical. Now we have a guest in the house. I guess she'll be able to answer that. If you had the power to change one thing to make school safer, easier, for better for every girl child in our community, what would it be? You being the advocate, the SRHR, what will it be?
I think one thing that I would do is to create a safe environment for our girls, because a lot of people say that girls are overpowered, are over empowered. No, the girls are not over empowered, because utapata hata in these big organizations on big platforms, decision makers are still men. Decision makers are still men. So I think one thing that I would really advocate for is to give free sanitary towels, because if we can have free condoms, why can't we have free sanitary towels? If we can have dispensers where one just walks in and gets a condom, why can't we have dispensers where our girls can just walk in and have the sanitary towels, right? And also another thing that I would also do is to give them the right information. When it is blue, it is blue. When it is white, not gray. Let our girls have the right information. And also the CHPs, the community health promoters, they work closely with the government. They are the government, the health workers. They need also to go to these schools, right? They also need to go to these schools to talk to our girls, to tell them what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to take care of themselves as girls. Because gone are the days when girls belong to the kitchen. We no longer belong to the kitchen. Okay, we also want to sit on these decision making tables. We want to make our voices be heard, and that can only be achieved if we give our girls education. Not just education, but elimu bora. Isikue tu bora elimu
bora,
lakini kuwe elimu bora. Yes.
Now, our topic of today's discussion was about safe spaces and safe voices. Now, umesema, now the teachers may now they might want to protect their rapport in school. Now, at home, are the girls safe?
Our girls are not safe. Our girls are not safe at all. Even if we install cameras, you have a gate, you have our girls are not safe, because our girls are being abused at home with the people we trust. Bullying is there with the people we trust, and even as parents, we are perpetrators, and sometimes we do it unknowingly. So our girls even at home are not safe, because parents are busy working. We are busy looking for money. Who are we working for? We do not even have time to check on our children. I leave for work when my children are asleep. I come back late when they've gone to bed. During the weekends, I have chamas to attend. Yes. On Sunday, church till evening. I come back. I'm very tired. I go to bed. We do not even have time for our children. We do not even have time to listen for their concerns. We are not there. We provide, yes, but we are not there for our children. So I think as parents, we need to go back to the drawing board. Kabisa, we need to go back to the drawing board and be there for our children, to listen to them, to sometimes just sit down with them without even discussing anything. Kuna kitu moja ama mbili utasoma kwa mtoto. But ukiweka ta CCTV cameras and you don't have time for your children, they're not safe.
Now, talking about sex education and the preventions, kumesema okay, now family planning methods. Mkiwa kule shuleni, mnawaambia hizi family planning methods ama nyinyi mnabaki tu mkisema just abstain?
For the family planning methods, we look at the age, because I go to primary schools where now they also have the JS, right? And remember, this is a very sensitive group. This is a very sensitive group. This is a very naive group. So you must be very careful on what you tell them, because chenye utawambia watachukua. So with primary school children, we rarely talk about family planning methods. The only thing we talk about is STIs, right? We also talk about teen pregnancies. We also talk about the obstacles that can prevent them from achieving their goals. But we don't just go direct into talking about, oh, you can have sex because you have options. They will go for those pills like nobody's business. But now you see with high schoolers, like Form 3s, Form 4s, maybe someone is 17, 18, right? This is someone mwenye hata ukidiscuss naye family planning methods, ni mtu anaweza fikiria hata kama ni kidogo. But for a 14, 13, 15 year old, no, we don't.
That's why tunaambiwa hata now statistics zinasema the age of 15 to 24, that's the least age ya kuwa wanaweza pata HIV. Because mtu amesema tu, wanasema wanapima na macho siku hizi. Gen Z tunapima. Mtu aende kupima kwa sasa nikiingia chemist, I'm like, I want HIV AIDS kit nipime. The customer, the nani, mwenye kuuza will be like, ya nini? And already that is stigmatization, because why are you judging me? So is there lazima kukua tuna ile freedom ya kuwa naweza ingia pale chemist kuchukua that HIV ama pregnancy test nifanye, ama pia amuambi hiyo you have the right, enda pale unataka kupima HIV, I want that HIV AIDS kit nijipime, that inaitwaje condom ninunue, ama amuambi hiyo they have the right to do so kwenda kwa counter.
For those who are 17, 18, 19, we tell them that. But for those who are 13, 14, because if you tell someone who is 14, remember these kids, even if they are having sex, wanafanya ile ya kujificha. But now we don't want to tell them that yes, you can just have sex because you have other options. You can go get a pill and umeze and nini no. But now after talking to these girls, now we have some cases aside. Like mwalimu anaweza akakuapproach like, in my class I am having this challenge. This girl is like this and this. Now you talk to that girl as an individual, right? Because when you talk to them as a group, there are some who have not experienced sex, right? And now you talk to them as a group, telling them, unajua, you can still have sex and be safe. You can walk into the chemist, get this and get this. Wataichukua hata yule mwenye hajai experience sex out of fear, tasema kumbe huwa naogopa bure. Kumbe kuna options, right? But now after talking to them, utapata some cases kando. Yenye mwalimu atakwambia, ama mtoto mwenyewe atakuja atakwambia, auntie, mimi naye niko na boyfriend. Utamuliza, have you ever have sex? Yes, lakini sijui nifanyeje because I love my boyfriend. Hapo ndo utamwambia, okay, so tufanye hivi na hivi. But again, they cannot get the family planning services without the consent of the parent. Because remember, these are minors.
Yeah.
After for a 17-year-old that is a minor, we must have the consent of the parent. So after talking to the child, you must also talk to the parent to give their consent, so that this girl can be introduced into family planning methods.
So now, in your experience, how does period poverty directly fuel or overlap with cases of GBV?
Period poverty and GBV, just like I told you before, or just like I said before, when we started the Weka Dada Shule initiative, that was way back in 2020-2021, a lot of girls were having sex for pads, right? Yeah. So in our homes, some of us are going through hard times, that even getting a pad might be a challenge. So you'll find that maybe a girl is in her menses, or yuko karibu kufika kwa menses zake na haezi pata pad, right? This girl pengine akona boyfriend ama akona baba. I understand they call them wababas, I don't know. So atakuwa abused, but yeye hata jua kwamba anakuwa abused, unajua? Atapewa like 100 bob. Anajua nikiwa kwa my menses I'm covered, right? So a lot needs to be done. We need to also empower our communities. We need to look for ways just to empower our communities, because when we empower our women, we are sure that our girls will be well taken care of. If a mother has something to do, yes, then our girls will be well taken care of. And maybe abuse, like being sexually abused, inaweza shuka chini kidogo. But the most important thing is to give them the right education. Because a lot of times people talk of poverty. Nilifanya hivi kwa sababu sisi kwetu ni maskini. Alinipatia hii kwa sababu sisi kwetu ni maskini. Think about those children in northeastern areas. Yeah. Unapata mtu saa zingine anasoma na mwangaza ya kupika na anasoma. Unapata mtu anakata nguo anaweka kama pad na anasoma. So mara nyingi mambo ya mtu kusingizia, unajua umaskini imefanya nifanye hivi, hapana. So I think we need just talk to our girls. We need to give them the right information. And also our leaders who are in office should make sure that these schools have pads, right? Because in the office of the women rep, she has a kitty for that. Why are our children lacking sanitary towels in our schools? And also they need to come with programs of reaching to these girls during the holidays, because you give this girl pad in school. Where does she get the pad when she's at home? Itabidi aitafute, right? Yes.
The hardest truth. Okay, so how do you get the resources to buy these pads for these learners?
The resources, I don't work alone, because Weka Dada Shule is an initiative under Nyota ya Matumaini.
Oh,
right? Nyota ya Matumaini is a CBO. It's a small CBO. It's a baby still.
yeah.
And as we know, getting resources is not easy, right? So I partner with other organizations like Collaboration of Women in Development. That is QUID. QUID has been very supportive. They have been supporting me whenever I am going for a talk. I just walk into their offices and they give me the support that I need. And also the friends also come through. Like when I'm going to a school and I know the number of girls that are there. And of course, I don't just go there and distribute the pads to the girls. Some of our girls are from families that can easily afford. So I give the pads to the teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, because the teachers know.
Yeah.
They know who needs it. So they will give the girls whom they think need it more.
So like ukimaliza kuongea na all of them, after you've talked to them, now you give the teachers, and now the teachers will be good. So now how do you protect your mental and emotional well-being after now dealing with painful closures of the learners?
Now that is a very big challenge, because there's a time I was working in a safe space. And some of the cases that we used to deal with were really traumatizing. Sometimes it's traumatizing that if you don't go for counseling yourself, because at times you also need to go for therapy.
Oh,
yes. Some of these cases are very traumatizing.
That's serious.
Remember, I am a human being.
Yeah.
I also have a family to take care of. If I go home with mzigo, itabidi my family will be the dumping site. My children will be the dumping site. My spouse will be the dumping site. So, mara moja, I also go for therapy. Then I think one thing yenye pia inanisaidia, I am an extrovert.
Oh.
Yes, I talk. I share. When I experience a case that is very traumatizing, I refer.
Oh.
I refer.
Oh.
I don't own these cases. I do not own them. If I get a case that is very traumatizing, I get an experience that is very traumatizing, I refer. Because there are those big organizations like QUID, they have the psychologist, they have people who can help with severe cases. So one thing that has also helped me is that I don't own these cases. I don't. I can go to a school, I get a very traumatizing experience or story, then I refer. I just refer. And I don't own anything. I do not own them. If it's a case that needs the attention of the police, I refer, right? If it's something that needs attention of maybe someone needs health services, I refer, because I have the contacts. Just call, say, there is this case that has happened in a certain school or certain place, I'm referring. but once in a while I also go for therapy. Yes.
So what do you think, there is that any policy change that is there now watu hawa utilize, Kenyans don't utilize? Any policy change do you think that is mostly urgent, that needs to be done haraka for this girl child maybe?
What should be done, what I think should be done, first of all, is with our justice system. Yeah, with our justice system. These cases take a lot, like the GBV cases, the gender-based violence cases, the sexual abuse. These cases take a lot of time to be determined or to be taken care of. And remember, a victim or a survivor needs justice. The more you take, the more you are traumatizing this person, okay? And maybe the person might normalize it. And now from being the victim, he or she also becomes the perpetrator.
Yeah.
Because at I normalize, this was done to me, nothing was done. So it means I can also do it and nothing will be done. So I think our systems, especially vituo vyetu vya haki, like the judiciary, they need to do something. We have the GBV courts, but I don't think kuna hiyo msukumo bado, right? Another thing that I think needs to be done is mambo za bails and fines. Unapata mtu sexually abused. Someone has sexually abused a child below 10 years. Then anapewa bond ama bail ya 10,000. What is that? That is an assault. So we have a lot of things that needs to be done, especially and also with our leaders wenye wako kwa serikali. In Kenya we talk, but when it comes to now doing it, we are zero. We talk, we'll come up with policies, we'll come up with a lot of acts, a lot of commissions will be formed, but now when it comes to putting it into practice, we are zero. The implementation part. We don't implement these policies. We have a lot of policies, we have a lot of acts, a lot of commissions are being formed, but when it comes to implementation, we have zero. Because implementation tuko na Children's Act of 2022 inaongelelea vizuri kuhusu mambo ya watoto. Implementation is zero. We have acts around sexual violence. Implementation is zero. So let us try to implement the ones that are there before we come up with other policies. Because now we will be coming up with policies and we don't implement the policies that we already have. Can we start by implementing the ones that we have before we come up with other policies?
I think they've heard clearly. Kate has told us, can we implement ni kufanya na kutenda?
Yes.
Okay, if you can give that one piece of advice to that young girl that is starting her periods, what would you say to her now, the one that is listening right now?
For a young girl who is starting her period right now, I can tell her that being a woman is not a mistake, and having periods sio aibu. Period ni njia moja ya kujua kwamba wewe ni mwanamke, na period haimaanishi sasa kwamba umekuwa mwanamke. Wewe bado ni mtoto na unafaa ujitunze na ujilinde ndo uweze kutimiza ndoto zako.
Umesema period, wewe si mwanamke.
Si mwanamke.
I remember I was told that when I was starting my periods. Actually, that is the statement I remember my stepmom told me. Sasa ushakuwa mwanamke. Sasa ukikaa hivi na mwanamume tu hivi kidogo mpata mimba, and I'm like, unajua liniogopesha? Unajua mpaka sasa imestikadi today. Ukianza periods ushakuwa mwanamke. Ufai kutembea na wanaume, mwanaume kikushika hivi ushapata mimba. And I'm like, So those are the myths now.
When I say mwanamke, I mean, to me, the definition of mwanamke is someone who is ready, yes, to have a child, someone who is ready to start a family, okay? Even if a young girl starts her periods, there are certain things that she cannot do just because ameanza period, right? And also, akianza period, ajue kwamba sasa maisha yake ishaanza. Hajakuwa mwanamke lakini maisha yake ishaanza hivyo. Ambapo anafaa ajitunze na ajilinde. Na kuwa mwanamke sio hatia. Kuwa mwanamke sio hatia. Yes.
Yeah. So what is that one word that comes into your mind when you think of girls' potential?
Girls, as ladies, as women, we have a lot of potential. Let us just unlock the potentials. Let us grow our confidence, our self-esteem, and be the go-getters. Yes? Go for what we want, unapologetically. Yes. As a woman, as a girl, go for what you want unapologetically. Siku hizi kuna mambo ya hii ni ya mwanamume, hii ni ya mwanamke. Go for what you want unapologetically, but with respect.
Clock that. Okay, is this true or false? Period health is only women's issue.
No. It is not women's issue. It is not only women's issue. Like myself, I grew up with my father. May his soul continue resting in peace. That mzee could buy me pads. He started buying me pads when I was in class 6. And I could exchange the pads for chapatis or with chapatis because by then I have not started. But mzee could make sure that every month he buys me 2 packets of pads. By then it was always. We didn't have these other brands. Right? So period is not a woman issue, because remember, women or girls, they don't become mothers on their own. Someone is involved. So when we are talking about periods, we also need to talk with our boys so that they also become responsible. They also become their sisters' keepers. Okay? When we are talking about periods, let us not leave anyone behind. That is why you'll find a young girl ameenda kununua pad kwa shop, amepata shopkeeper mwanamume, atarudi. Because ataona nitaanzaje. But huyu mwanamume akijua kwamba our girls menstruate monthly, na wababa pia wajue kwamba I have a teenager or a preteen in my house who is now menstruating every month. Akifanya shopping atakuja mpaka na pad. Right? Ili pia wajue kwamba kuwa mwanamke sio hatia na periods sio hatia. So let us also bring our men and our boys on board. Yes.
Now maybe in cases, maybe the girl child amepitia bullying ama GBV, is there any national toll-free number that they can call maybe?
For the GBV, we have 611. You can call that number and you get help. And also for GBV within Mombasa, we have collaboration of women in development. QUID. QUID, they have their offices in Kiembeni, just opposite Kiembeni Catholic Church. That is where their offices are. When you have an issue or you have a case that is in court, na unaona unapelekwa hivi, visit them. If you have someone who needs some psychological help, needs counseling, needs some therapy, you can call them. Yes, their offices are just opposite Kiembeni Catholic Church. Yes.
I want you to complete this statement for me. A girl child with an education is?
Yes.
A girl child with education is
an empowered woman or is an empowered girl. Yes.
Okay. I think I've had enough, because I wouldn't thought that kuwa mwanamke the way I was told with my stepmom, imaanisha ukianza period when ni mwanamke, you're still not. You're still a young
child.
girl, a child.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want you to tell our listeners your last remarks before we finish our segment of today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'd like to say is gender-based violence is a serious issue.
Yeah.
Gender-based violence rips off someone's dignity. Let us protect our children. Let us talk. Let us share. And let us be there for our children.
Yeah.
Right.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.